Hi, I'm Mitchell Spearman. I'm pleased to tell you that I'm at the beautiful Lake Nona Golf Club in Orlando, Florida, home to 18 tour players and the Tavistock Cup. So come with me and let's see if we can improve your game. I'm on the par 3 17th hole at Lake Nona Golf Club in Orlando, Florida. As I walked up onto the tee, I'm pleased I ran into Joe. Joe's from EJL Custom Golf, and he's the man I need to see. Joe, it took me a while to want to even admit that I might need a cavity 3-iron. I see players using hybrids now.
Yes.
I think I should probably go there. My ego was getting a little bit in the way because I thought I'm not, I don't need that. I can play with
Right.
iron. So just tell me, if I'm going to get a hybrid, what should I be looking for and what am I missing not having one?
Well, if you recall some of our past conversations, there's 3 things that keep the ball airborne: speed, spin rate, and launch angle.
That's right, yeah.
And what's happened is the golf ball has changed over the last 10 years. The spin is down, so you can't keep your old 3-iron airborne anymore.
Okay, so it's not me.
So it's not you.
Okay, that's good to
It's
know.
the golf club. So the hybrid came along, which is a little longer club, so it increases your ball speed,
Okay,
and it increases the launch angle too.
so let me take a look at the hybrid. What have you got over here?
Now here's a number 3 hybrid, and a lot of players use that to replace their 3-irons or
Okay.
even their 2-irons.
Okay, let's see how it feels. Let me just look down at the difference here. Okay, so it's a little bit longer,
Yes,
but it's not as long as, say, my 7-wood, is that right?
that's correct.
Okay, so I get that. Can I play this? 7-wood I can't play out the rough. I find that it just, it's too long, it digs in too much. Is
Exactly.
this going to be better out of the rough?
Yeah, it's going to be better than a fairway wood out of the rough. It's going to launch higher than an iron, and
Okay.
it's going to produce higher ball speed. So that old 3-iron you used to hit 15 years ago
Right.
with a blotted ball, you have it back with a hybrid.
Got it. I see so many of my students, they struggle when they get, 170, 180, 200 yards out. They seem to struggle at being able to get the ball high enough to get onto the green. Is this
Yes.
going to be the thing for them?
Yes, it will.
Okay. And how many hybrids should I carry? I mean, I don't want to have 14 hybrids in my bag, so where would I go?
Well, it depends on where you're comfortable having your irons stop and where you're comfortable having your fairway wood stop. So if you play a driver 3-wood, you may want a 2 and a 3 hybrid and then start with your 4-iron.
Okay, okay. So having more than one hybrid is okay?
Having more than one hybrid is okay. If you prefer a 5-wood, well, then maybe one hybrid is a better choice.
Okay. Now, do you find that, say, on a par 3 like this, when you're hitting hybrids, that it's okay to hit them off the ground? You get a little bit more squeeze angle on it?
Well, you can tee it low, but our experience is if you ever have an opportunity to use a tee, well, go ahead and use it.
And using a hybrid for me, just thinking about my swing for 1 second, do I want to play it a little bit like an iron and get a little bit of a downward blow onto this ball? I don't want to be trying to help it in the air because that's already going to do it. Right?
Yeah, it really depends on the player. A lot of players like to hit hybrids like irons because they hit down in the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
Other players tend to pick the ball or sweep the ball.
Yeah.
They may want to hit up on it a little bit more.
So, Joe, I understand what you're saying about the head and the
Yes.
hybrid head. What do I need to look for in the shaft when it comes to picking my hybrid?
Well, you always want a hybrid shaft that's a little heavier than your fairway wood and a little lighter than your iron shaft.
Okay.
So if you're playing a 120-gram iron shaft and you have a 73-gram fairway wood shaft, maybe something in the 80 or 90 degrees would work.
I think that's really interesting for me to hear. So we don't always have the same weight shaft with the bag. The drivers are lighter, the wedges are heavier, if I remember what you're saying, and this should be somewhere in between the irons and the fairway woods.
That's in each category of club is staggered by weight. The lighter, the longer, and they stagger to heavier as the clubs get shorter, yes.
So just to recap what Joe said here, don't be stubborn, get yourself into a hybrid. If you do that, you're going to get the benefits in your long game as you approach the green.